Quando è giusto intervenire per correggere i livelli di vitamina D che sono deficitari e quali sono i dosaggi da utilizzare e se ci sono delle variabili che entrano in gioco e che possono rendere questo tipo di terapia soggettivo e quindi diciamo qualche cosa che va personalizzato sulla base della tipologia di paziente. Ecco, sono le domande che abbiamo posto alla professoressa Barbara Obermayer-Pietsch. Professor Obermayer, how to correct vitamin D deficiency?
So basically we have several approaches. One of the most natural would be to be in the bright sunshine, which is obviously not the very best situation, because you might be then concerned by cancer, by skin cancer, and we do not recommend to stay entirely in the sun and to have no sun blockers. But the second thing would be that you can just have more vitamin D by your food. We know that certain food is really enriched with vitamin D, for example, fat fish or eggs or even some kind of mushrooms. But we can also think about fortified food, which is really common in the United States, for example. And the third point is that you can take supplements coming from pharmaceutical companies and really with a very good profile with known units, micrograms of vitamin D content, which can easily be adapted to the plasma level of 25 hydroxyvitamin D, which is the pool of vitamin D, and can easily be determined in almost every lab for bone and for endocrinology.
What the guidelines tell us regarding the supplementation of vitamin D?
So during the years there are new guidelines from almost zero vitamin D supplementation to let's say 10 to 100 micrograms of vitamin D a day, and this has to be applied for younger and elderly people, for children, even for pregnant women and for lactating women. So this is there is a number of guidelines of different societies and different national decisions, but we have a clear picture of vitamin D to be supplemented in all of these groups.
Which are the variables that influence vitamin D levels?
There is a real huge number of variables that influence vitamin D status. For example, the skin and the color of the skin. There is the exposition to sunlight, which depends on the altitude or on the latitude where you live. There is also clothing and coverage of the body, and of course a number of food intake variables, but also genetics and some new variables concerning hormones and microbiome.
Exactly. You have spoken regarding the microbiome, which is very largely studied recently, and it also influences the vitamin D levels.
We have done a study with different perturbation of probants. So they have endoscopy at different sites of the gastrointestinal tract, and we have found that vitamin D influences some of the bacteria in the gut, so that we were able to have differences between placebo and vitamin D in these persons.
And in clinical practice, how can be translated this knowledge regarding the microbiome role?
So this means that there is a role of vitamin D in the gastrointestinal tract. We are currently working on further studies to have the original impact of all of these changes. So it might be very interesting in future how vitamin D could probably influence microbiota and the immune system via the gut. And this is something that is very interesting to a lot of people.